How you guys doing tonight? Well, we all got pet peeves. Everybody knows that. We all got pet peeves. There's a couple pet peeves. Like there's a thing like chalkboard. You know, nails on a chalkboard. That's like one of my worst pet peeves. It sounds like the shrill voice of a Miley Cyrus fan. I hate the chalkboard. But you gotta find ways to deal with pet peeves. That's like one of my huge things. Like you gotta make a pet peeve fun and work for you in a way. Like I don't know, a lot of you are probably drivers in here, are you? Yeah. Well, when I'm driving, people cut me off. That makes me kind of angry. I don't know about you. Now, you could be on their level and you can give them a wave with one finger. Or you can simply drive up next to them, make eye contact, and say, hey buddy, you got a flat. And when they pull over to the side of the road, drive away as fast as you can. They're gonna knock me happy campers soon over there. Another pet peeve I have is people read out loud to themselves. That drives me nuts. I don't know what it is about people reading out loud. It must be because I don't really care what they're reading about. Or it's just the fact they sound like they're learning to read at a second grade level. Not like a smart second grader, but like a second grader who's still eating like Crayolas and picking his nose, that type of second grader. So it's like, Jane went to the house. That's what it sounds like when I hear these people. And it makes me want to physically hurt them, but apparently they frown upon that in libraries. So I suggest simply, you know how people are on their Bluetooths and they're talking, and you think they're talking to you, but they're not? Well, do that to them, but actually be talking to them. Add on the conversation until they're not sure what's going on. Another pet peeve that I have is when people say you know what I'm saying after every single thing they say. Like, unless you're talking about like brain surgery, rocket science, or in my case, women, I probably know what you're talking about. But they'll continue to say, you know what I'm saying every single say, but I suggest, why not say, no, I have no idea what you're saying. Can you please repeat yourself? Until they're done repeating themselves, and you do it again. And then again. Until they get annoyed with you and they leave. That's how you win in a pet peeve situation. That's how you make a pet peeve work for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys are into chia pets. I'm really not, but I don't know what it is about like a little clay animal with holes in the top, put seeds in and put water, it grows grass that drives people nuts, but I really don't like chia pets. There is one chia pet, however, that I would consider buying, and that's the Chia Obama. Now the Chia Obama, it looks kind of like Obama in the face, but instead of growing his normal haircut, he grows this gigantic grass afro. Out to here, and on the side it says, yes we can. Yes, we can grow afros? Apparently that's what Obama meant. But whatever it is about that, I think it's hilarious. I want to buy it, put it up on a shelf. It's like tribute to the fact that maybe we worship Obama just a little too much. Or we just love making fun of him. I'm not sure which. I'm an 18-year-old boy now. Just turned 18 a couple weeks ago, yeah. But there's still times when you don't realize that. Like, I'll see something that reminds me of my childhood and I have to go do it. Like, I saw this crane machine in this movie theater one time. And I don't know if any of you guys ever won a crane machine. I haven't, so. I saw it and I got really excited and I was gonna go play it. And when I got closer, I got even more excited. Because this crane machine was a very special crane machine. It was a Dragon Ball Z crane machine. And there were a couple Dragon Ball Z figurines in there, and there was one I hadn't had yet in my collection. So I went over, and I put my quarters in, I had the thing, and I went down and had it, and it came over to the hole, but right before it got there, it dropped. And I was frustrated, because that's like the most frustrating thing that could happen to you in the world. Especially since I really, really wanted that action figure. And so I said, I want to do it one more time. I ended up spending about $10 in quarters on this machine going after that action figure, and I was very, very angry. And I saw this black trash can next to me. I just wanted to pick it up, break the machine, grab the figure, run out the door, and escape this place of misery and shame. But then I stopped, because I realized that would have to be the nerdiest crime ever committed by mankind. And I'm not very fast, so I would be caught. And that's really embarrassing, going to jail for that, and your parents, like, they had to go pick up their son, the criminal. Not only that, but their son's the action figure bandit. There's gotta be help for that. There's gotta be. I mean, they got like Alcoholics Anonymous. Why not have like some kind of Nerd Anonymous? Get up each meeting. What'd you do this week, Duncan? Well, I managed to walk past the Star Trek convention without trying to sneak in. But I stole a plastic lightsaber from Walmart. Duncan, no. You gotta follow the 13 steps. I'm bad at following steps. I have a job. I don't know if you guys have jobs in here. Yes. They're not fun, but I actually like my job simply because I earn money. And it makes me feel better about myself. And you're asking, well, how does that make you feel better yourself? Well, there is a percentage of our population in this world who are just plain freaks, all right? And once a week, one of these freaks will pop in and make me feel better about myself. Like this one lady came in while I was up sweeping behind the counter at 9 p.m. at night. She came in, gave me this stare, and I said, welcome to Subway. And she gave me the same stare and did like a crab walk dance to the bathroom. I was like, all right, get rid of the food before you buy some food. Makes sense. And she comes back to the counter. Well, after she was done in the bathroom, she came back to the counter. She's like, all right, I want 100 turkey footlongs, please. And I said, what? And then she said it again, like it made sense the second time. I want 100 turkey footlongs, please. And I don't know about you. In that situation, I always pretend I'm the manager, or I'm gonna go call the manager. But I actually did call the manager this time, because I didn't really want to talk to this lady. So when I called my manager, she said, I want to give her this lady. Well, you can't. You gotta make her some footlongs, make her like 25. I said, all right. So I went over, like, I can make you 25, in like the most unenthusiastic tone I've ever used. And then she said, oh, let me go ask my husband. Same crab-like dance, same stare, out the door, got in her car, and drove away. I guess the moral of the story is, you don't have to buy our services at Subway. You can get in, use the bathroom, get out, I don't care. But there's just something about that. What did she do in that bathroom that she feels she had to buy 100 footlong subs to cover that for? I don't know what it was, but I didn't not go in there for the rest of the night. Well, Crab Lady was funny, but there was an even funnier guy who came in one time. It was like 12 p.m. in the afternoon, and this guy came in wearing a blue bathrobe. And he had no pants on, from what I could tell, wearing some fuzzy bunny slippers. And he was shaking. And he came up to the counter shaking. And I thought, what kind of addict is this? What does he need? And I made him 2 subs, and I was afraid he's gonna stab me by the end of it, but no, he paid for them, went and sat down. And then when he sat down, he started eating. Now, if you thought Crab Lady was weird, this guy is even more weird. Because he started eating a sandwich, put it down, grabbed the other one, and started feeding it to his imaginary friend sitting next to him. This guy was having a tea party with himself. The next guy, though, I'm gonna talk about that came in, he was less freaky, more just scary. This guy came in a hulking 7 foot something. He was the palest man I've ever seen on the face of this earth. So he looked like a big gangly demon as he walked through the door. And he was carrying a gun on his side. I was like, I wonder if he's a cop. And I thought, he's probably not a cop. He's probably a guy who killed a cop. But I went up, and it wasn't a strong moment for me, because I was shaking while I was making this guy's sandwich. And he looked over at me, I guess to make me feel better. He said, you're gonna be all right. And in my head, I was like, no, I'm not. But actually, Frank turned out to be a really nice guy. He's actually a cop by night and turns into a stone as a gargoyle at daytime. So Frank's pretty awesome. I don't know if his name's Frank. But, so I used to think I could only see freaks at work or at like Walmart. But I'm not starting to see freaks in the news. There's this one lady who is angry at her ex-boyfriend, and she took his 3-peg goldfish, fried them up, and ate them. That's a big bowl of crazy for breakfast. That's messed up. I just thank the Lord that guy did not have a dog.